Welcome to this Explainer. Okay, today we are tackling something that is literally a massive headache for executives right now, and that's regulatory compliance. We're going to dive into some really interesting source material from SP Compliance Services. They outline a method to totally transform compliance from this heavy, resource-draining burden into a streamlined, automated advantage. So, here's the question that is absolutely keeping risk officers awake at night. Are you liable for your business partner's violations? The terrifying reality of the regulatory landscape today is hidden liability. Authorities like BaFin, the German Financial Regulatory Authority, are applying immense pressure. If a contractor or a vendor anywhere in your supply chain breaches compliance, whether it's financial crime or a sanctions violation, your organization can be held fully responsible. It is no way near enough anymore to just monitor your own internal stuff. Your entire network is literally under the microscope. All right, here is our quick roadmap for the explainer. We'll look at the core compliance challenge, dive into the S+ and automation turbo, check out monitoring and practice, review certified security, break down scalable pricing, and then wrap it all up with a conclusion. Okay, let's jump straight into section 1, the challenge of compliance monitoring. Look, the status quo for a lot of organizations is basically like searching for a needle in a constantly shifting haystack. Teams are relying on completely manual processes, literally hunched over spreadsheets, trying to cross-reference names against these global watch lists that are changing every single day. It's not just resource-heavy, it's incredibly error-prone. And, a single missed update can lead to a massive fine. The material we're looking at outlines a much better alternative. A fully automated, seamless solution that closes those gaps without completely burning out your staff. Moving right along to Section 2, the S+P Automation Turbo. To really understand the power of this automation, we first need to define the risks we're talking about. The source material explains that SP automatically screens for PEPs, which stands for politically exposed persons. So these are individuals holding prominent public functions. Think politicians, high-ranking military officers, judicial officials, that sort of thing. Because of their positions, they are considered to be at a much higher risk for potential bribery or corruption. Missing a PEP in your partner network is a huge regulatory risk. And let's be real, performing mandatory enhanced due diligence on them manually is just a logistical nightmare. And it doesn't stop there. The platform also continuously scans for SIPs, or special interest persons. These folks might not hold public office, but they carry a seriously heightened risk profile because they're linked to financial crime, fraud, or they just have significant negative media surrounding them. By automatically identifying both PEPs and SIPs, the system creates this incredibly robust safety net against bad actors. All right, Section 3, Comprehensive Monitoring in Practice. Now, this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill background check. The S+P system actively checks daily operations against international embargo and sanctions lists. That ensures an organization never accidentally violates global trade restrictions. When you combine that with the PEP and SIP checks we just talked about and wrap the whole shebang up in end-to-end compliance documentation and reporting, it offers a truly comprehensive 360-degree approach to risk management. Basically, every angle is covered. The entire service is really built around one specific philosophy, highlighted in the text. Focus on your core business, we take care of your compliance. By outsourcing this massive regulatory burden, your internal resources are drastically freed up. Your team doesn't need to play full-time investigator anymore. Instead, they can actually focus strictly on the revenue-generating activities and the strategic growth that truly drive the business forward. Which brings us to Section 4, Certified Security and Audit Proofing. Obviously, when you're outsourcing compliance, you need absolute certainty. The source highlights a highly impressive array of certifications to prove the security is ironclad. It starts with IDW PS 951, which is absolutely essential for audit-proof processes. They also hold ISAE 3402, which is widely recognized as the international gold standard, alongside ISO 27001, ISO 9001, and an EcoVadis bronze rating for ESG. It thoroughly answers any doubts about whether this service is structurally sound enough for something like a DORA information register. And here's a real game changer. Beyond just handing you a software tool, the service actively handles the highly structured BaFin outsourcing notification on your company's behalf. Plus, they meticulously align their monitoring policies with your organization's existing risk assessment, ensuring it's a bespoke fit into your current corporate governance structures. So, what's the result of all this alignment? A flawless, continuous digital audit trail. Every single check, monitor, and flag is completely documented. It provides clear traceability on a secure platform that adheres to the absolute strictest data privacy laws. And this matters immensely because it takes the frantic scrambling out of future regulatory audits. When authorities come knocking, your proof of compliance is already perfectly organized and ready to go. All right, let's look at the business side of things in Section 5, scalable pricing and onboarding. Transparency is totally key here, and the pricing model actually scales predictably based on a company's volume of contractors. As you can see, it starts at €17.75 a month for up to 50 contractors, and then scales up logically from there. For massive enterprises with over 150 contractors, they provide a fully customized quote. This basically means an organization only pays for the exact volume of risk they need to monitor, whether they're a growing mid-sized enterprise or a massive multinational corporation. And the material notes that getting started is incredibly frictionless. It's broken down into 3 rapid steps. You make an initial inquiry, receive a tailored offer, and then conclude the outsourcing agreement. Once that agreement is signed, the compliance coverage begins immediately, so you avoid those massive, drawn-out implementation delays. Finally, we've made it to Section 6, Conclusion and Compliance Monitoring Scan. We can really summarize everything the source material is saying with this defining quote. S+P IntegrityMonitoring ensures your business transactions are always in compliance and leaves you more resources for your core business. It represents the ultimate peace of mind for an executive. The goal here is achieving a rigorous, proactive risk mitigation and audit readiness while simultaneously unlocking maximum operational efficiency. So, what is your core takeaway from all this? If a company continues to waste valuable human capital on manual spreadsheet checks, they are just leaving themselves completely exposed to hidden liabilities. The source material highly suggests taking that first step toward automating your security by utilizing their compliance monitoring scan. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought based on what we've reviewed today. As the regulatory landscape grows more and more complex, and the penalties get even more severe, a choice really has to be made. Will you let hidden risks in your partner network dictate your company's future, or will you take action and automate your compliance security today? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you next time.